जय हिंद। द नेक्स्ट सीरीज ऑफ वीडियोस जो मैं अब करने लगा हूँ, इट इज़ गोइंग टू एक्सपोज द वन मैन सिंगुलरली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इंडियाज मेस राइट नाउ इज़ नन अदर देन आवर ग्रेट प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर कल्याण चौबे, जिन्होंने सिंगल हैंडेडली आके नॉट ओनली मेक श्योर किया है कि हमारा हर एक यूथ सिस्टम, ग्रासरूट्स, विमेंस फुटबॉल, मेंस फुटबॉल, कोचेज एजुकेशन, क्लब्स की हालत, एकेडमी एक्रेडिटेशन, हर जगह ही इज़ रूइंड इट. नॉट ओनली हैज़ ही रूइंड इट, ही हैज़ ऑल्सो मेड श्योर कि अगले 10 साल कोई नया भी आ जाए, nobody can put it right. So one by one, I will take you across everything which has happened since he has come into power. And I will give you proof along with each and everything. How one man can destroy our beautiful game. And still this man will not let go. And भाई साहब आप IOC में भी चले गए हैं तो एक स्पोर्ट से बेड़ा करके सत्यानाश करके खुश नहीं है. अब सारी कंट्री की सारी स्पोर्ट्स को सत्यानाश करने जाएंगे. चाहे हम इंडिया होस्ट भी कर लेगा, अगर ये भाई साहब वहाँ पे होएंगे तो मेडल तो नहीं आएंगे, करप्शन ज़रूर होएगी. सो somebody who starts his entire tenure with a very glittering document called the Vision 2047, एक एक करके सारी चीज़ें बताएंगे. तो शुरुआत इनकी ऐसी हुई 2047. सारे लोग बहुत इम्प्रेस हुए कि क्या बात है, इतनी लॉन्ग टर्म की प्लानिंग. इन साथ में क्वान्टिफाइबल गोल्स कि हम 2026 तक यहाँ पहुँच जाएंगे. 25-26 सीज़न, तो 25-26 का सीज़न शुरू हो चुका है. तो लेट्स सी व्हाट ऑल ही हैज़ डन फॉर आवर कंट्री. एट द सेम टाइम in 2018-19, Jordan was 118, Uzbekistan was 95, and India was ranked 97. Under his great president, Mr. Kalyan Chaubey, India is ranked 133, and Jordan and Uzbekistan both have qualified for the World Cup. Our women's team, जहाँ पे हम उनको एक टाइम पे 6-0 हराते थे, 2015 की बात है, हम नेपाल से भी हार चुके हैं. हमारी मेंस टीम अफगानिस्तान से घर पे हार चुकी है एंड बांग्लादेश से बाल बची है. एंड हांगकांग से, जिनको अभी हमने 4-0 हराया था, अगेन बच गए कि एक से ज़्यादा नहीं पड़ा. एंड वाई एम आई नॉट ब्लेमिंग द प्लेयर्स एंड एवरीवन एल्स? बिकॉज of all the promises made by this man and making sure in every way that all which increases not our ranking but the money in someone's pocket. Start with the first promise and target to 2026 national teams qualification for FIFA's under-17 World Cups for both men and women on merit. तो इसके लिए पहले AFC के टॉप 4 या टॉप 8 में आना पड़ेगा अंडर 16 में. एंड इन भाई साहब ने AFC की जो टीम्स हैं वो प्रिपेयर ही नहीं की थी, ना अंडर 16 की ना अंडर 14 की. तो सपने सबको दिखाए और हमने सपने लिए, सोचा सच होएंगे. सो वी डिड नॉट क्वालिफाई फॉर अंडर 17 मेंस और विमेंस वर्ल्ड कप. सिंपल. देन टॉप 8 इन एशिया इन विमेंस फुटबॉल, नेपाल से हार गए हैं अभी हम. टॉप 8 की बात तो छोड़ो, टॉप 15 में नहीं है अब इन एशिया. फॉरगेट द वर्ल्ड, क्वालिफाई करेंगे वर्ल्ड कप के लिए. नेक्स्ट टॉप 10 इन एशिया इन मेंस फुटबॉल. ओ माय गॉड, यहाँ पे तो भाई साहब ने मास्टर क्लास ऐसी खेली है कि वी आर नाउ करंटली रैंक्ड 25th और 24th आफ्टर हांगकांग्स लॉस. 24th 25th. सो अगर वो वर्ल्ड कप 64 टीम्स का करेंगे तो तब भी हम क्वालिफाई नहीं करेंगे. अगर 128 टीम्स कर ली ना वर्ल्ड कप के, तब भी नहीं क्वालिफाई करते. कोचिंग एजुकेशन कहते 2026 तक हम इंडिया में 25,000 कोच प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. 25,000. अभी कहाँ पे हैं? ऑन अराउंड 10,000, आउट ऑफ विच 2,000 हैव बीन प्रोड्यूस्ड जस्ट एट मिनर्वा इन द लास्ट 2.5 years. And this is not showing off. This is just telling them because we had converted an entire facility here just on making sure that coaches got the best education and the best facilities and at the cheapest price possible. इनका क्या रिस्पॉन्स है कि हमने आपको कोचिंग कोर्सेज नहीं करने देने, हमने बांटने हैं. तो हम तो किसी को फोर्स करते ही नहीं. but they have no qualms in making sure coaches don't come here or where they want to go. In fact, they keep denying us courses. And not only us, a lot of other valid academies and clubs are not given the number of coaching courses they want, even though enough coaches are there who are in the waiting list. National teams, they wanted to be in the top 6 in Asia in the women's ranking and top 10 in Asia in the men's ranking by 2027. And not only that, they wanted to have a full-time sports science team, recovery and performance analyst, and even a nutritionist and sports psychologist. Do they have any one of those for any of our national teams? No. They borrow from FC Goa and then they don't even pay him on time, so he just resigns and goes. So now the entire FC Goa team is basically on the contract, same with Manolo. Then they said utilization of every FIFA window for at least 2 out of 3 age groups. My God, the kind of bullshit they write. Not even one team of age groups has gone outside for FIFA windows. And redefining our style of play in accordance with our national football philosophy. What philosophy? ये आई बात. I'll be doing a special episode on just their finances. But just a brief overview. AFF expenditure was 16% on administration. Is gone up to above 25%. The women's national team budget has gone down from 9% of the total to around 5%. Women's competition has gone from 7% to 4%. Development activities have gone from 18% down to 7%. Men's national team has increased to 19%, and men's competitions have decreased to 15 to 20%. And there's a new head called legal expenses, which is around another 10% of the federation. And the entire thing is going to be exposed when I go through their audited financial statements for the last 3 years. रेवेन्यू की बात हो रही थी. सो मिस्टर कल्याण चौबे जब आए थे अंदर 80 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू था. 80 करोड़. रेवेन्यू इज डाउन टू 13 करोड़. That's it. That is because of the AFC assistance and the FIFA assistance. There are almost no government grants now. जो वो कह रहे थे कि मैं गवर्नमेंट से 100 करोड़ लेके आऊँगा, 1 रुपया नहीं दिया. इनफैक्ट जो देते थे वो भी ले लिया. फिर कहते मार्केटिंग राइट्स. FSDL is nowhere interested in giving them any money. Even if they renew their contract, if it goes through, they are saying no money to be given. And then they actually wanted 7% of the money to be raised from coach education. मतलब coaches से पैसे कमाना. It's right to education, which should be their duty to give it such a nominal cost that it doesn't cost the coaches पूरे month की salaries या 3 months की salaries now just to go and travel to that place and get it. और जहाँ पे लोग कोचिंग कोर्स सस्ता कराना चाहते हैं उनको वो देते नहीं हैं बिल्कुल. रेफरिंग, आवर फेवरेट टॉपिक. मैं VAR लेके आऊँगा, VAR लेके आऊँगा, मैं VAR लेके आऊँगा. मैं पेरूजी कुलीना को लेके आऊँगा, वो आ रहा है, कुलीना लेके आ रहा है, कुलीना आ रहा है, कुलीना आ रहा है. लेके किसको आए? ट्रेवर केटल को. ये कौन है? इसको वोट किया था बाय इंग्लिश फैंस एज द वर्स्ट रेफरी एवर इन द चैम्पियनशिप इन इंग्लैंड. एवर. And the fans know their referees, as you know. We know who the good referees in India are. And उसको कितने पैसे दिए हैं? इन्होंने बोला कि we not enough sustainable livelihood opportunities in existing ecosystem leading to refereeing being not chosen as a full-time profession. कि ज़्यादा पैसे हम देते नहीं हैं रेफरीज को, इसीलिए nobody wants to take it seriously and take it up as a full-time profession. तो इन्होंने क्या किया? इन्होंने एक बाहर से फेल गोरे को ला के उसको 2.5 करोड़ रुपए दे दिए कि ये ले जा अपने कंट्री में वापस. Instead of giving these referees more money so that people take it up as a profession. And you've seen the result of getting that Gora here. क्या रेफरिंग डिसीजंस हुई हैं हमारी आई लीग में, ISL में, कि इनको अपनी रेफरीज की इतनी बेइज्जती की इन लोगों ने कि हम तुम्हारे को ट्रस्ट ही नहीं करते हैं, हम नेपाल से रेफरी बुला लेंगे. और उनको हम ट्रस्ट करते हैं फॉर वन ऑफ द मेन मैचेस ऑफ आई लीग एंड ISL. फॉर आई लीग द मेन मैच बिटवीन चर्चिल एंड काशी, नेपाल रेफरीज वर ब्रॉट इन. तो हमारे रेफरी सोच रहे होंगे क्या बात है, हमारी फेडरेशन तो हमें इतना ट्रस्ट करती है ना. दे हैड टू एस्टैब्लिश a center of refereeing excellence and establish a national referee academy. Oh my God, the जितना मर्जी इनसे कॉपी पेस्ट करवा के बाकी देशों से लिखवा लो और फिर उसके लिए फंड्स रेज करो और फिर वो खा जाओ. Look at this eyewash. National football philosophy, playing philosophy definition, areas of impact, and then they said how are we going to do it? Data analytics. They don't have the data of their who's played for the country. Indian men's team, women's team, AIFF has no data. Then progress monitoring. They have no clue what's happening in any part of the country with any player. And tech upgrades and data collection. Big words, huh? Governance. 100% of member associations to adopt good governance practices. कौन है member association इनकी? State federations. आप लोगों को पता ना कितनी great governance practices करते हैं हमारे states और कितने अच्छे काम कर रहे हैं. Oh my God, we should sing praises of them. I can't even see one MA who has changed its statutes in line with the AIFF statutes for good governance or according to the National Sports Code. Still, people who were there for 30 years or 40 years or 50 years as president are still there. And there's still life memberships being given out to individuals who come and vote because they are your mama, your chacha, your taya, your brother, your sister, etc., etc., etc. And when you die, in your will, you leave it to your son. Digital transformation, big words again. Setting up an innovation hub, oh my God, in collaboration with technology partners. कौन से partner हैं तुम्हारे? Technology वाले. Nobody wants to be your partner. Then they say things like creation of centralized data and footage archive for both technical development and stakeholder communication. Wow. And then design and develop a streaming platform to offer football content of all levels to fans. तुम नेशनल टीम की स्ट्रीमिंग तो कर नहीं सकते हो अपनी. क्या तुम स्ट्रीमिंग प्लेटफॉर्म बनाओगे? You can't even find one broadcaster to broadcast your national team matches, man. Have a fully functional national center of excellence for men and women by 2026. Infrastructure. Wow. I mean, have one smart stadium and 2 FIFA standard stadium development plans ready because they're going to make new stadiums. Wow. Mega football park plan. Wow. I mean, this looks like a great country to be in. Clubs. Club licensing mandatory to make elite player development program and 20% of clubs to have residential academies for player development. Residential academies. Kitni academies India mein residential true who keep the players all throughout the year for 365 days? Probably 6 or 7. Just cheese ke liye they said, oh my God, we are very good at this. Marketing and commercialization. In fact, they're so bad at it. Increase AIFF's revenue by 500%. So the revenue was 80 crores and now it's down to 11 to 12 crores next year. And that is from FIFA and AFC grants. Great job, Mr. Kalyan Chaubey. And then launch 3 flagship television properties by 2026. तो इनका मतलब शायद ये था कि मैं ये डील्स दे के प्रोडक्शन राइट्स, ब्रॉडकास्ट राइट्स से हेरा फेरी करके बहुत पैसे कमाऊंगा. So by 25-26, target launch of flagship grassroots project, reaching 35 million kids through grassroots programs, implementation of village grassroots programs in 100 villages, tribal area grassroots initiative launched in 10 districts, 25 million kids covered through football for schools. That means 25 ये हो गए, 35 वो हो गए, इसका मतलब 60 मिलियन, 6 करोड़ बच्चों को ट्रेनिंग करनी थी इन्होंने 2026 तक. And have 10 lakh 1 million registered players. क्या बात है. And 100,000 school के PE teachers, 100,000 they are going to make. Wow. Well done, Kalyan Chaubey. ये सब कुछ कर दिया आपने. What did they want to do in competitions for youth and men? They wanted to actually increase the number of competitive games, which used to be around 13 to 14. What have they done? They've reduced it to 5 or 6. Shame on you, AIFF. And then what did they do with accreditation? They charged over 60,000 rupees per club to give them either 1 star, 2 star or 3 star. और अगर 3 star वालों को एटलीस्ट 2 लाख रुपए महीना खर्च करना पड़ रहा है, 2 star को 2 लाख से या 1 लाख, and 1 star को भी एटलीस्ट 50,000 rupees per month, other than the accreditation fees. But does getting accreditation allow you to get into youth leagues? No. No guarantee at all. So that means you spend all that money, you register all the players, they can't play for someone else, and do they get any matches? No. So what have you done? You've made more money, but you have ruined youth. National मेन के अंडर 18 में 80 टीम्स, अंडर 15 में 80 टीम्स, अंडर 13 में 70 टीम्स. My God. Do you really think that you have these many teams? And the ones who want to come, you don't let them play? Why? Because you don't have the money. Because all the money, do you know what the budget was when you people came in for youth development? It was over 15 crores. And do you know what you've earmarked this year for it? 3 crores. Shame on you. They wanted to, in cups and competitions, national team competitions, great thing. Revive both Hero Intercontinental and Hero Gold Cup tournaments, make it a permanent fixture in the annual calendar. तो क्या हुआ? हीरो भाग गया. हीरो ने बोला कि मैं इन करप्ट बंदों से बिल्कुल डील नहीं करने वाला. I rather not burn the money down the drain. Hero, who had been our biggest supporter, biggest sponsor, and without taking anything in return like FSDL, कि 50 करोड़ वो देते थे और सब कुछ खरीद लेते थे. Hero did not take anything in return except being the title sponsor, and were paying more sometimes than even the FSDL used to pay for the complete control. That's known as being a selfless sponsor. And now what is Hero doing? They're spending the money on other stuff, other sports. They're not stopped. Other sports are benefiting. And there is no Hero now. There is no Hero I League, there's no Hero Women's League, there's no Hero Super Cup, there's no Hero Intercontinental Gold Cup, nothing. Well done, Kalyan Chaubey. And in futsal, where India had finally been able to take part in the AFC competition qualifiers and then thereby going up and making sure we had a start. So what do? In the next competition, you don't even enter a team. And in the AFC women's qualifiers, आप enter करते हो, but वहाँ पे सारे सिफारिशी डालते हो. इसीलिए हम इतनी बुरी तरह वहाँ से हार के आते हैं. The people who have gone to that team in the women's team, the women who have gone there, they have never played futsal before coming to the camp. And you can please check up जो मैं बात बोल रहा हूँ कि सच है कि नहीं. And why was that done? Because हमारे गुजरात में बहुत friends हैं जिनकी help करना चाहते हैं. And that is why somehow in beach soccer and international beach soccer, international women's futsal, maximum number of boys and girls were from Gujarat, and none of them had played either beach soccer or futsal before. Then they said in competitions that the direct correlation between the level of a country's national team performance, that means jitni ranking hamari high hai, the number of teams in the top tier is also high. Why? Because then the number of matches they get to play in a year is very high, and also the talent pool is expanded. So what has our great federation done? There is not more than 12 teams and 12 teams in I-League and ISL, even though there are enough clubs to make one complete league and enough players to do that. So this is a brief which I gave you on his own Vision 2047, all the lies he told us the moment he came in. This was the first thing he did, and released this manifesto. And उसमें से कितनी चीज़ें पूरी हुई हैं? Not even one. They were all fake promises. Fake promises का मतलब झूठ थे. और ये इंसान मैं आपको प्रूव करके दिखाऊंगा, जैसे आज प्रूव किया है, इनके खुद के वर्ड से कि इन्होंने हर एक चीज़ जो वहाँ पे है झूठ लिखी है. इनफैक्ट he could have done all of them. And if he had actually done them, he would have been one of the greatest presidents India has ever had. But unfortunately, he's the worst president by far AIFF has ever had in our history. And if this guy does not go out of football, football will not be alive after 10 years. Forget about qualifying for the World Cup. 10 साल में खत्म हो जाएगी. Let's go to episode 2. Episode 2 all deals with his allegations made by his own, at one time, best friends, buddies, closest allies, partners, and suddenly overnight turning. And the allegations which are out in the public. And nobody has done anything about them because they are again swept under the carpet, swept under the carpet, swept under the carpet. So you have to know, if there's smoke, there has to be fire. And if so many people who are close to him at one time are going and then बिल्कुल सेम बात बोल रहे हैं कि सबसे दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा करप्ट बंदा ये है, एंड दे आर सेइंग इट फ्रॉम, लोगों ने नारे लगाने शुरू कर दिए हैं, गली गली में शोर है AIFF चोर है।